Let's talk about a topic that's often oversimplified in mainstream health advice, the calorie deficit. If fat loss is your goal, yes, a calorie deficit is necessary. But let me explain what that really means and how to create one without wrecking your metabolism, losing your muscle, or feeling miserable. A calorie deficit simply means that you're using more energy than you're taking in. But that doesn't mean eating as little as possible. It means creating a safe, sustainable window where your body begins to burn stored fat for fuel, rather than constantly being in fat storage mode. But here's the problem. We're not robots. People aren't simple math equations. So when we talk about calories in versus calories out, we have to look at what influences both sides of that equation. Your total daily energy expenditure, which is your calories out, isn't just exercise. It includes your basic or resting metabolic rate, which is the baseline energy your body burns at rest. TEF, which is thermic effect of food. This is the energy used to digest and absorb food. NEAT, which is your non-exercise activity thermogenesis, which is all the calories burned from things like walking, standing, and fidgeting. Exercise, which is important but often overestimated. Likewise, calories in isn't just what's on your plate, it's influenced by your hunger hormones, sleep, stress levels, gut health, and even inflammation. All of these affect cravings, absorption, and how efficiently your body uses fuel. That's why two people can eat the same number of calories and get completely different results. Now, here's where people go wrong. They either cut calories way too low, over-exercise to earn their food, or they unknowingly eat more than they think, while underestimating how little they actually move. And then they feel frustrated, stuck, or burnt out. Now, on the other hand, some people in the functional medicine world hear that calories don't matter and go too far in the other direction. They focus on gut health or hormones, but forget that if there's no actual deficit, the body won't mobilize fat. Here's the truth. Calories matter, but so do hormones, inflammation, sleep, and stress. It's not either or, it's both. And that's especially important for my ladies in perimenopause or menopause, where hormone shifts like low estrogen or high cortisol can impact hunger, cravings, or fat storage, and how your body uses energy. This is why inside this program, we're stacking strategies to make sure your metabolism works with you, not against you. We're reducing inflammation, supporting your blood sugar balance, optimizing gut and hormone health, and creating a gentle, sustainable calorie deficit through food quality, awareness, and habit shifts. You don't need to starve yourself or do 2-a-days at the gym. You need to eat enough to support your body while fine-tuning your portions, your choices, and your lifestyle to move into fat burning mode. Now let's talk about some of these popular diets like keto, intermittent fasting, low carb, paleo, carnivore, whatever. They all work for some people, but not because they're magic. They work because they help you eat fewer calories, often without realizing it. For example, fasting restricts your eating window, which can reduce your total intake. It's really hard to eat thousands of calories in an 8-hour window unless it's probably pizza. Keto removes a major food group, carbs, which can also cut calories. Doing something like paleo limits processed foods, and whole foods are more satiating, so you tend to eat less. I'm not saying any of these trends are bad. Intermittent fasting, for example, can be a really amazing tool for the right person, but it's not the magic bullet. I've seen patients who were fasting all day, but breaking their fast with chips, processed foods, or coffee drinks that spike their blood sugar. They ended up insulin resistant. That's not metabolic healing. And also, in people with dysregulated cortisol or chronic stress, fasting can actually backfire, making them feel more anxious, fatigued, or stuck, gaining more belly fat. This is why context matters. There's not a one-size-fits-all when it comes to health. There's only strategies that work for your current physiology. That's what we're doing differently here. You don't need a rigid set of rules or a trendy label. You need the tools to make your food choices that work for you, your body, your schedule, your phase of life. So what does a calorie deficit actually look like? For most people, a 300 to 500 calorie daily deficit is a safe and effective range, enough to create progress without triggering burnout, plateaus, or muscle loss. You'll also learn how to estimate your own daily energy needs, your maintenance calories, and how to gently reduce from there. Here's the biggest takeaway. You can't heal your metabolism in a deficit that's too deep. But you can't lose fat without some kind of deficit. Our goal is to help you find that sweet spot where fat loss happens without sacrificing your energy, your muscle, or your sanity. So your next action step today is to review chapters 4 and 5 in your guide to learn about sustainable fat loss, and I'll see you in the next one.